Hi then, I'm going to make you a video showing you how to use the software SewWhat Pro. This is the software I recommend. It's only $65 and it does everything that you need to be able to do in order to embroider or applique, as long as you don't plan on digitizing your own designs. If you do want to do that, then you'll need a lot more expensive software. And I can't help you with that because I have never done it. I just buy the designs from different websites, which I've compiled a list for you, and go from there. So I'm just gonna do a short tutorial on how to get started. So I'm in the software and I'm gonna click on the open icon. And I have all of my designs and fonts categorized in different folders. So right now I'm going to show you an applique. Let's see. So I've got appliques. I've got a folder for appliques, and then I categorize them all in different categories depending on what they are. So I have 4th of July, baby, characters, Christmas, Easter. So let's just do Christmas. And I'm going to do a Christmas tree truck. So I click on that again. So when you're opening a design, there's like 10 different formats. When you buy a design, it'll come in. The only designs that you need, really the only design you need is PES. So you can see at the end here, it says PES. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, so I've opened it. I'm going to zoom out so I can see it a little better. And then I'm going to press Control H. The hoops that I use the most on this machine, especially for kid shirts, are the 9x9 hoops. So I'm going to scroll over here and go to Tajima. It doesn't matter what you click on up here, but Tajima has the exact hoop that I use. It is this 9.45 by 9.45 hoop. So I'm going to click on that and click OK. So now that's my space that I have to stitch. I know that as long as I stay within this square, everything is going, it will not be too big for my hoops. So I'm going to rotate it. All right. So now over here you have your different stops and different stitches. So this first one, it's going to be the placement stitch. I always like, if I'm not doing a white shirt or anything other than gray, I like to do the placement stitch in gray thread. That way you can see it. Now, as you get better at this, you won't even need a placement stitch. The last 4 years, I never used a placement stitch because I did these designs so often, I knew exactly where they were going to be. But to start out, you'll want to do a placement stitch. So I'm going to change that to gray. Then I'm going to go to the next one. So that's the tack down stitch for the applique. So once you do the placement stitch, you'll put your green fabric or whatever you want to do on top of the placement stitch, making sure it's covering the whole placement stitch. And then I like to do the tack down stitch in white just to make it simple. Next one. And so then after you do the tack down stitch, you'll take the shirt off the machine and cut as close as you can around the tack down stitch, so that once it does the final stitch, fabric won't be showing out from underneath the finishing stitch. All right, and then we've got the truck placement stitch. So you'll do that in gray. And then that's the tack down stitch. I'm going to do it in white. And then you'll take it off and you will cut around the truck and inside the window. This one is not necessary. It was just a bad design, obviously. So if you wanted to do a different fabric inside the window and not just have it be like the shirt material, then you would do this one is the tack down stitch. So let's say I'm going to do a black fabric in there. So we'll keep that. then you're going to do the tires. So I'm going to do that in gray. That's the placement stitch. That's the tack down stitch. I'm going to do that in white. And now you've cut out around all of your fabric, and now you can stick it on there. So what I do once I cut out all the fabric, I have an iron, and I iron the fabric so it's nice and smooth. Also, something I'll teach you, I like to put a stabilizer on the back of my fabric, Heat and Bond Light. Once you iron it, it's a little sticky, so it makes the fabric be smoother when you have the finished product. All right, so we'll keep the tree green, we'll keep the truck red since it's Christmas. The tires we'll do black, so I'm going to choose that, and then the lights will go with yellow. Okay, so now you've got your design ready, and I'm going to show you how to add a name next, but for now I'm going to cut it off and then start a new video. Let me show you one other thing though. I like my stitches, they're called the satin stitches, I like them to be really thick. It helps cover up the fabric, and I just think that it looks better. So right here you have the density button, and I like to just change it up to about 1.08 or so, and then the pull compensation I like to move up to about 6. And you'll see once I hit OK that the stitches right here get a little thicker. Perfect.